Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another iGulu video here on the Master of Hoppets, testing out the iGulu brewing machine, homebrewing machine. Last video I did was a homemade concoction. It was a cherry and apple cider made with flagstated cherries, the most famous cherries in Denmark, intensely flavorsome. It turned out very nice. Prior to that, I made their porter that they make themselves, one of their kits, and today we're doing another kit from them. So this is their Mosaic Pale Ale. And we're going to check this one out. So thanks a ton to iGulu for sponsoring this episode. It's going to be fun to try and work around playing with some kits here and checking out some beers. So this Mosaic Pale Ale is with Mosaic extracts and whatnot. But I found out, like, if you want to dry hop, you can, and you can do it in better conditions than you would do in a classic homebrew bucket. If you get a spare container, you can use CO2 mode on the machine to purge the other container of oxygen, dunk in your hops, purge it again, and then with the pressure in the other tank, you can transfer the fermented beer onto the dry hops, let it sit in dry hop for a period of time, cold crash it, transfer it back in a clean fermentation vessel, or the clean vessel you used before. So you can actually do like dry hopping under really controlled, ways, so you don't get oxygen introduced and whatnot. I think we're gonna try that at some point. I want to try this one as is, but maybe next time we get a kit for something hoppy, we could try and dry hop it with an extra bucket as well, fermentation bucket or fermentation jug, vessel, whatever we want to call it. So let's check out the kit here. Okay, so we got the Mosaic Pale Ale kit. Instructions on the back as per usual. Talks about how to do it. Prepare and clean the tank. Drip in hop extract into the water. Stir well. Add malt and sugar. Mix well and sprinkle in yeast. And then you seal it up, put it in the tank, and scan the card. Got the ingredients. It's just one type of pale ale malt, it seems. Some sugar, a dry brewing yeast, and then Mosaic hop extract and a bittering hop extract. And the gravity should be around 12.5 to 13 BX, which is Bix, and I think it's around the same territory in Plato, which gives you a beer of 4.8 to 5.2% alcohol and an IBU bittering content of 25 to 30. So let's open it up here. Rip it up. That was terrible. Let's try again. Let's see if we can open it. There we go. That was better. So I love hoppy beer, so I'm really interested to see how this will turn out. And today, last time I used filtered water. Today we're actually just using tap water to see how it will turn out. Because I actually know the local water profile, because the brewery I work at uses the local water. And it is high in sulfates, so it should accentuate hops. So here we are. This is the malt extract from Breeze, their pale ale malt extract. So this is priming sugar. Interesting that we put this in as well. Maybe that's to dry it out, I'd imagine, so it becomes more dry. Oh, there's a lot of bags of priming sugar. More priming sugar. It must be to make the beer more dry, like classic hoppy beers, like pale ale, West Coast pale ales and whatnot. It's the yeast, dry brewing yeast 001. And then we've got the hop extracts. Natural hop extract Mosaic. Hop oil and hop polyphenols. It even has like iGulu's stamps and everything on it. And here we got another one. What is this? Is this more Mosaic? Oh, we're doubling up on Mosaic on this one. And then we got the bittering extract. And lastly, the most important thing, the RFID sticker. So it looks like this is a variant of their pale ale, because their pale ale has this logo on this sticker. And the box here says Mosaic Pale Ale. So I'm guessing it's a pale ale variant, or Mosaic variant of the pale ale. But this should be fun. So let's get to mixing and brew a pale ale. Time to mix all this stuff and get it ready. So I need the recipe again. Got some scissors, some gloves on just to stay sanitized. Although I think we'll be okay. I mean, everything is clean and been clean. Woo. Oh, got some alcohol in there. Yeah, everything's sanitized, ready to go. Got some scissors. Let's try and do this. So first it says everything's been cleaned. We got the water up here. So this is not purified water. This is tap water. It'll be interesting to see the difference. Purified water will leave you with a very blank slate. Here there will be some things that can change up the profile. I'm wondering if it's because they want you to use water that's been cleaned of any contaminants, but tap water should be. I mean, we drink it. So it's just not been heated as usually during brewing, but we'll see what happens. And then we drip in hop extract, and it looks like, yeah, it's all extracts. Stir that in, and then it's malt and sugar. Okay. And then yeast in the end. So let's just get this one sanitized. This is very, very interesting. I really like smelling these hop extracts. I think that's going to be fun. Last time I could actually smell something that reminded me of real hops, like noble hop character or whatever it was. So this, oh, there we go. Hop oil's dripping. Yep, smells like some kind of bittering hop. It just smells like alpha. This just smells like bittering. There's nothing here that smells like real hops, actually. Oh, look at the Mosaic. That's a different kind of extract. And it smells way different. It's definitely more fruity. This looks more like a classic hop extract, actually. Let's try and see. So it was, dip that in, and now we mix it well with this sanitized whisk. I thought this was a better way to mix, like last time was with a ladle. That didn't turn out very well. I feel like there was lumps that I didn't get to stir around properly. Now it looks like hop water. We could also try and make hop water in this. It actually smells good. It smells quite hoppy. And now we mix in all the sugar and malt. There's a lot of sugar in this. So the reason for sugar in a beer like this is to dry it out. And I'm guessing they're also doing it in this recipe because you don't have any control of mashing. So to make this a drier hoppy beer, you add sugar. This is a common trick used in making West Coast IPAs. You would use sugars to dry it out, especially dextrose is very common. It will give the beer a more dry flavor profile. Sometimes it will drive the fermentation down further, and it will also give that nice drying feel that you want for more classical IPAs and pale ales. And lastly, we got our malt extract, not hop extract, from Breeze, homebrew product. This stuff almost smells a bit like a Malteser, if you've ever smelled the inside of a Malteser, which is a candy. And the reason, oh, I spilled. I did this the last time too. The reason why it smells a bit like that is because the inside of a Malteser is based off of malt extract. And let's whisk up the malt extract. You can feel there's some density to this now. And I'm introducing a lot of oxygen now as well. And usually in brewing, we're often talking about low DO brewing, but we do also need some oxygen for fermentation. Smells pretty good. Smells pale ale-ish. So we got everything mixed fairly well, I think. Time to add the last thing, the most important thing, the yeast. It's the 001, so I'm guessing this is like an American ale yeast. Here we go, that's the yeast. Okay, so that's it. Now we just need to close it up, get the spear. Get the spear in. Whoop. And get this on. Cool, now we just need to get this in the machine and get it to ferment and brew. Okay, so we got the Mosaic Pale Ale in the iGulu. Now there's just a couple things left to do. First off, I already inserted the inline hose for dispensing. We're just gonna close this from the get-go, and not like last time where I forgot it. And there was cider everywhere. And then we're gonna put that in here. Click. And then we're going to take the CO2 one as well and put that on there. Click. And then we're just going to close it up. There we are. And we need to brew now. So we're going to take our RFID sticker, which is here. There it is, the pale ale. We're just going to hold it here. And here we are, it says pale ale on the screen. So let's see. It says pale ale. We're going to press next. And here we are, 1 day at 16 degrees, 2 days at 18 degrees, 3 days at 20 degrees, and 3 days at 2 degrees. Let's brew a pale ale. Okay, 8 days. This is the quickest pale ale ever. Okay, this will be fun. So this is a little warmer than the recipe states, but that's okay. I'd rather have it warm than using ice cold water, so the fermentation might take longer. But hey, let's see how this turns out. And okay, now it says 9 days instead of 8, but then 8 days time. Hey everyone, Peter is back after 9 days, a little more than 9 days. I think it's 11 days now, but I haven't tried the beer yet, but we will. We're brewing up the Mosaic Pale Ale. This is really quick. This is the quickest of the kits, I think, so far. Well, I've only tried 2. It was also quicker than the cider. Incredibly quick, this one. And what's amazing, it's only been cold crashed for a few days and it's already quite clear. So yeah, this will be fun to try. I already poured it, but let's just pour a little extra to get some foam on there. Whoop, poured a little bit too aggressively. Luckily, I have a sink nearby. Okay, would you look at that? This is pretty crazy. Look at this. That head on this? And this is an extract-based kit, but I love Mosaic. It's one of my favorite hops, so it's pretty cool that that's in the pale ale. And it looks like it's going to be more of the classic variety. A nice golden, fairly pale yellow, fairly clear too. It's not crystal, but it's definitely got a good clarity for a homebrew, I think. And then that crazy frothy white head. I mean, that looks great. So I'm just going to try and see if I can smell something and see how this turned out. The second iGulu kit. Yeah, okay. So it smells pretty nice, but I am a mega hop head. This is not got enough hops for me. Like it's and it's around 4 degrees, 3 degrees. I guess I could do cooling mode and make the temperature higher, so it's to my desired temperature of drinking. So it's not like super ice cold. Because usually with IPAs and pale ales and stuff, I like drinking from the fridge, but I also like to have a little bit of temperature. So maybe like 12, sometimes 10, around that territory, just because the aromatics get to jump out a bit more. But the aroma on this is like, it's citrus and grapefruit. It's not like crazy blueberry crush. There is maybe a little bit of a tropical thing, but it's very mild. It almost smells, and it's very clean actually on the aroma so far. It smells a little bit like a very low hopped pale ale, kind of like pale ales like they were, I don't know, 10 years ago or maybe more than that, or kind of like the more supermarket craft type pale ales and hoppy beers. It smells more like that level, but more fresher and vibrant because it's just brewed. But let's try it. Cheers. Thanks to iGulu for sponsoring this episode. Yeah, the big thing is like, I want more hops than this. Quite balanced bitterness, actually. What is the estimated bitterness? I think I would put a little of the head retention on. This is so good. I think I would want a little bit more CO2. So just put the pressure a little bit higher. But man, look at that lacing. Definitely. That's one of the things. That was the other kit, the CO2 level was also a little bit low compared to the cider, which is weird. But it's really clean. And it's got some of that grapefruit, citrusy fruitiness, maybe a slightly tropical vibe. But it's like, for me, and some bitterness, which is nice. Maybe it is more 30. I don't know. It's just like a very smooth bitterness. It's not like that scraping, but I think that's due to the water profile, and also that all the bitterness comes from extracts. This is a tasty pale ale. I almost smashed half a pint already. The best thing is like it's super fresh, I think, but it needs more hops in my mind. That's my honest opinion. But I think for a beginning homebrew, it's pretty good. Like it tastes better than like one of my first homebrews was a pale ale before I was a professional brewer way back, which was part extract. And it tastes better than that because that was like oxidized. And it was not like completely oxidized because you can taste that like this is not oxidized at all because it's kept under pressure with CO2 and everything. That was like in bottling and all these like really old school stuff, siphoning out of a bucket. You introduced way too much oxygen. That was also dry up, but that was like okay. It tastes a lot like homebrew, and this is better than that. But it's also not something where I'm super fired up. I think I might have been more excited about the cider I made. That's like the one I'm the most excited about so far because that was like really impactful flavor wise. But you can upgrade this and get it some more flavor with some dry hopping. But that's something for a different video, I think. But yeah, it was fun. Nice enough beer. If you like pale ales that are very easygoing, you'll like this. This is really damn easy to drink. And no off flavors or anything, which is great. Like that's one of the cool things with this machine as well. So yeah, that does it for the Mosaic Pale Ale for my iGulu. Fun to try this one. First hoppy beer. I really want to try and make a lager on this as well. That's also something that would be really fun. Extended cold lagering. That's something we like. Let's see about that for a future video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks a ton to iGulu for sponsoring. Definitely check out the Mosaic Pale Ale and the iGulu machine as well. They have a new one that just came out now, or is coming out. I don't think it's out in Europe yet. But if you are interested in the machine, you can have a look on the website. I put a link for it in the description, and you can use my affiliate link and also my discount code, so you can get some discount on the machine. But I'm gonna say cheers. And as always, comment, subscribe, all that social media stuff, Instagram, Twitter, that's now called X, Facebook. Cheers. Thanks a ton to iGulu for sponsoring the video. And see you guys in another beer review, iGulu video, or whatever we come up with. Cheers.